अगर मैंने अब भी डिसाइड किया है कि मुझे अब्रॉड पढ़ने जाना है, मेरे पास कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, तो मेरा पहला स्टेप क्या होगा?
आपका पहला स्टेप होना चाहिए कि आप करो पार्ट टाइम जॉब ढूंढने का सबसे आसान तरीका सिर्फ यही है कि आप So I was on the way from Delhi to Paris and my passport was in 2 pieces.
Oh God, हाय गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू आवर चैनल। आज की वीडियो बहुत ही ज़्यादा स्पेशल होने वाली है बिकॉज आज के हमारे गेस्ट हंड्रेड्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट का स्टडी अब्रॉड ड्रीम पूरा कर चुके हैं और अभी भी कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं।
And in this video, we are going to discuss everything you need to know about studying abroad. कि कैसे एक स्टूडेंट की स्टडी अब्रॉड जर्नी स्टार्ट होती है, क्या क्या चैलेंजेस आते हैं और एक राइट कंसल्टेंसी आपकी इस जर्नी को कितना आसान बना सकती है।
और इन सब के अलावा हम उनके रियल लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस के बारे में भी जानेंगे बिकॉज ही हिमसेल्फ हैव स्टडीड इन फ्रांस, वो भी उधर की टॉप यूनिवर्सिटी जो कि ESCP है और उधर से उन्होंने MIM करा है।
तो वॉच दिस वीडियो टिल द एंड बिकॉज दिस इज गोइंग टू बी सुपर इन्फॉर्मेटिव एंड फुल ऑफ इनसाइट्स।
So today we have with us Mr. Prabhat Agarwal, founder of Admitex and a study abroad expert. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So my first question to you would be, how many years of experience do you have in this field?
So I think I started in 2020 when I was still doing my masters, and I just started, on a pro bono basis because a lot of students used to reach out to me on LinkedIn for advice on their essays or overall applications. So I just used to help them on the weekends or right after my college. So that's, in the beginning it was very slow, and I never imagined that, it would take the shape of Admitex eventually. And so I did it for like a couple of years. Then I eventually transitioned into like a freelance role with another company. And then Admitex was born about 2 years ago from now.
So sir, in 4 years का experience में, why do you think Indian students choose to study abroad? Like, are there any benefits or something?
I think there are a lot of benefits, but of course, the biggest reason that most students choose to study abroad from India is in search of better career opportunities. Maybe they're not able to get, let's say, the right role or the right remuneration for their skills in India, so they choose, let's say, other countries like the US, UK, or etc. Other countries as well. But the second biggest reason is, I think, better exposure, because they just want to put themselves in a different environment, either through students or in the college or via professors.
Yeah, so you use the term exposure. So a lot of students obviously talk about exposure. So what do you exactly mean by exposure?
Exposure I think can mean a lot of different things. It's not just कि आप कहाँ पे रह रहे हो या क्या पढ़ रहे हो, but rather what I mean by exposure is the entire environment around the student. So let's say what the campus life is like, what are the professors like, what are their classmates, is the student actually living by themselves or with their parents or with their friends, and are they preparing meals for themselves, क्या वो अपने कपड़े भी खुद धो रहे हैं या नहीं धो रहे हैं, right? So everything counts as exposure.
तो अगर मैं सर दिल्ली में ही पढ़ी या फिर इंडिया में पढ़ी वर्सेस मैं स्टडी अब्रॉड कर रही हूँ कोई और कंट्री में, तो ऐसी मेरी क्या पर्सनालिटी में ऐसा कुछ डिफरेंस आएगा, कुछ मुझे एक्सपोजर मिलेगा?
Of course. So Delhi में अगर आप पढ़ रहे हो from let's say another city in India, तो maybe it is still a very big step because you're moving away from your family, but still you're within India. So आपके आसपास जो आपके friends होंगे या आपके जो professors होंगे या आपको जो campus environment मिलेगा, that is still very similar or very familiar, because you will, the culture is still the same, the festivals are the same, the language is the same, तो आपको adjust करने में time नहीं लगेगा. But whereas if you go abroad, be it any country, everything will change for you. You are suddenly in a completely new environment, जहाँ पे आपको उनकी language नहीं सीखनी है. You have to learn how to, live independently. Let's say cooking your food, again washing your clothes, or finding an apartment for yourself, right? Buying furniture. आपको खुद से अपना टाइम टेबल बनाना है, खुद आपको क्लासेस अटेंड करनी है रेगुलरली, असाइनमेंट्स करने हैं, इंटर्नशिप्स ढूंढनी है. So a lot of things you have to do, right? And you have to learn everything from scratch and practically without much guidance.
Yeah.
So in that way you eventually grow as a person much quicker.
राइट।
पर्सनालिटी में काफी ज्यादा इम्प्रूवमेंट होती है, ग्रोथ काफी ज्यादा होती है।
Exactly.
अच्छा, तो अगर मैंने आज अभी इस मोमेंट पे डिसाइड किया है कि मुझे अब्रॉड पढ़ने जाना है, स्टडी अब्रॉड करना है, मेरे को कोई क्लू नहीं है, कुछ एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, तो मेरा फर्स्ट इनिशियल स्टेप क्या रहेगा?
So I think because it's such a big decision, right? तो आपको immediately कोई snap decision नहीं लेना है कि आज मेरे को दिमाग में आया कि मेरे को अब्रॉड पढ़ने जाना है तो आज चलो कॉलेज में अप्लाई करना शुरू करते हैं. I think that is very wrong and a lot of students do that. तो ultimately they end up getting confused and फिर वो ultimately कहीं नहीं जाता है. So the right step is, I think, first do your own research. whether it is through the internet or even talking to people in your network, चाहे वो आपके relatives हैं या आपके, I'm sure आपके seniors भी होंगे who have studied there. So just get on a maybe 10-15 minute call there, try to understand their life, कि वो क्यों गए या फिर उनको वहाँ पर ऐसा क्या experience मिला, and then you have to assess कि whether जो उनको experience मिला क्या आप भी वही ढूंढ रहे हो. If yes, then maybe make your research a little more specific.
जैसे सर आपने भी फ्रांस से मास्टर्स करी है राइट, सो आपने कैसे डिसाइड किया कि आपको फ्रांस ही जाना है, और क्या आपने भी लाइक आपके क्या स्टेप्स थे जीरो से स्टार्ट करना, फिर कैसे स्टार्ट किया आपने?
So actually मैंने even till the last minute I had not decided. Contrary, I had not decided कि मेरे को फ्रांस ही जाना है because I applied to colleges around Europe. I had decided कि मेरे को यूरोप ही जाना है, but so that's why I did not apply to countries like the US or Australia. But within Europe, I was targeting maybe 3 or 4 different colleges, so I applied there. But in parallel, I actually did my research, so I understood their local laws, I understood their immigration policies, I understood कि वहाँ पे क्या employment market है, हर जो कॉलेज में मैं अप्लाई कर रहा हूँ उनकी क्या यूनिक स्ट्रेंथ्स है, उनका करिकुलम कैसा है. So my research was extremely detailed, and in the end, I chose France or ESCP because of its multicultural environment. Because ESCP was the only school which gave me exposure to multiple campuses and multiple countries. And France, if you look at let's say different rankings or different business schools in France, so France is definitely one of the strongest countries to pursue your business education. Whereas let's say the US is more well known for its technical programs or computer science. Parts of Europe are known for its marketing programs or brand management. But France specifically is extremely strong for business education, which was part of the reason why I went there.
एग्जैक्टली बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ रिसर्च गोज बिहाइंड द सीन. तो जैसे मेरे सीनियर्स हैं, मेरे फ्रेंड्स हैं, दे आल्सो थिंक कि चलो अब्रॉड पढ़ने चलते हैं, बट इवेंचुअली दे ड्रॉप आउट बिकॉज कई लोगों के पास फंड्स नहीं होते हैं, कई लोन नहीं कर पाते हैं. सो एक एस्टिमेट अगर आप रेंज बताना चाहो कि कितना एक्सपेंसिव होता है स्टडिंग अब्रॉड इज, आपके एक्सपीरियंस से भी, तो व्हाट वुड दैट बी?
So I think you're absolutely right. Even a lot of students that we work with, वो भी they look forward to eventually starting their masters or bachelors,
एग्जैक्टली.
but they eventually drop out maybe because end moment पे उनको loan नहीं मिला या फिर they had actually underestimated the amount. So just to give you a very broad range, like in Europe, the master's fees can be anywhere between 10 lakhs to 25 lakhs for per year for private universities, and some universities in countries like Germany जहाँ पर public है, then there is no tuition fees. And I can maybe tell from my experience. So ESCP had a tuition fee of around 21 lakhs per year. So my course was 2 years, so the total fees was 42 lakhs. But of course, there are a lot of scholarships that can help students finance this amount.
So did you receive any scholarship?
Yes, actually, I applied to many scholarships,
Oh.
university की भी and even external भी, Indian government की भी and French government की भी. But and in the end, I received a 50% merit scholarships from ESCP itself.
Oh, that's so
वेरी
great.
नाइस. सो कोई इसके अलावा भी कोई स्कॉलरशिप है जो इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स को मिलती है इन फ्रांस?
Yes. So the French government actually runs the Raman Charpak Scholarship, which is extremely popular, and it is also very generous because it covers the entire tuition fees. Plus, it gives students a monthly stipend to cover their living expenses. So, if a student is selected, तो उनका practically पूरा expenses cover हो सकते हैं. Apart from that, the Indian government also runs some scholarships, but that is run by different state governments. So again, it depends on the student's eligibility. The easiest way to get a scholarship, I think, is to aim for university scholarships, which are merit-based and sometimes also need-based. तो basis your application and कितनी strong है वो, उसके basis पे you can get anywhere between 10% to 50% of your tuition fee waived off.
Okay, so there are actually many scholarships available, right?
Many options. I think many students don't know it, and maybe उनको और ज़्यादा again this comes back to my first point कि उनको अपना exactly research कि वो अपनी research करें, and the tuition fee that they see on the website is often not the amount that they have to pay because उसमें scholarships भी minus हो जाएंगे.
तो अब ट्यूशन फीस के अलावा कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग भी होता है कि कहाँ रहना है, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, खाना एक्सेट्रा, एंटरटेनमेंट, काफी सारे खर्चे होते हैं कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग के. तो अगर मान लो कि एक स्टूडेंट अभी इंडिया में, उसको फ्रांस में ढूंढना है कि उसको कहाँ हाउसिंग अकोमोडेशन ढूंढनी है, तो वो अभी यहाँ पे बैठे बैठे कैसे देख सकता है?
So एक तो बात है कि उनको ढूंढना तो पड़ेगा ही because it's a visa requirement. But to give you an estimate, so France में again it depends on the city. For example, cities like Paris, Lyon, Bordeaux, these are more expensive because these are bigger cities. So यहाँ पर average living expenses can be between 800 euros to 1200 euros per month, which is I think close to 1 lakh. And smaller towns में थोड़ा सा कम हो सकता है. It can be between 500 euros to 1000 euros. Again, depending on the exact city. And I think it depends also a bit on your lifestyle. Because अगर आप बहुत बड़े अपार्टमेंट में रहना चाहते हो, एक बड़े रूम में अकेले रहना चाहते हो, then of course it will be expensive. But most students choose either student accommodations or shared apartments. And the way to search for them is, अब तो बहुत easy हो गया because there are many portals. So students in fact can go to popular portals, both run in India as well as internationally, and book through them. Actually, we advise that students only book through them. Don't go to Facebook groups or random listings on Reddit because
Scams, fake, right?
एग्जैक्टली बहुत ज़्यादा स्कैम्स होते हैं. इवन मेरे अपने फ्रेंड्स भी हैं जिनका स्कैम्स हो चुके हैं एंड दे हैव लॉस्ट इवन 2.5 lakh rupees.
Oh my god.
So don't do that. Only go for trusted portals because they do their own verification. And I think I can give you guys a list if you guys want, so you can put it in the video.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description. Do
हाँ.
check it out.
But there are a lot of portals that students can go for.
अच्छा सर, एक चीज को लेकर मैं क्यूरियस हूँ और स्टूडेंट्स को भी यूजुअली लगता है कि अगर आपको फ्रांस जाना है तो आपको फ्रेंच आनी चाहिए. तो जब आप गए थे तो आपने भी क्या फ्रेंच सीखी थी या फिर इंग्लिश के काम चल जाता है?
I think this is the most common question that students ask.
But I'm curious to know.
Yeah.
So I in fact knew French before. I learned it in school when I was from 6th standard till 10th standard, but it is not needed. In fact,
Oh.
many students who go to France don't speak one word of French
Oh.
because the entire classes are run in English. Even in college, I can say that I never used French because मेरे professors भी French नहीं थे, तो उनको भी नहीं आती थी.
बढ़िया.
But the fact is that if you, let's say, if you're living there, so it helps a lot if you know French because you're able to interact with locals. अगर आपको, let's say, simple things like maybe going to the bakery, या फिर आपको कैब यूज़ करनी है, या फिर आपको डायरेक्शंस पूछने किसी से, या और इवन इफ़ यू जस्ट हैव टू प्लेस एन ऑर्डर फॉर फूड, तो भी आपको फ्रेंच बहुत काम आएगी. सो माई एडवाइस टू स्टूडेंट्स इज इफ़ दे आर गोइंग फॉर फ्रांस और अदर कंट्रीज लाइक जर्मनी, स्पेन, पोर्चुगल, जहाँ पर अपनी अपनी रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस हैं, एटलीस्ट लर्न अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ इट. थोड़ा बहुत आपको बेसिक फ्रेजेस ही आ जाए, हाई हेलो भी आ जाए, तो भी वहाँ के जो लोकल्स हैं दे विल बिकम मच मोर फ्रेंडली एंड रिसेप्टिव टू यू.
सो बेसिक फ्रेंच से काम चल जाएगा, राइट?
हाँ, basic French, you can learn basic French, you can use apps like Duolingo, and you can even take online courses. यहाँ पर the French government has even set up their own institute in India in different branches. So there is one in Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai, and all major cities, and online भी conduct होते हैं. So learning French is really not that difficult, but and of course once you go there, then आप वहाँ पे locals के साथ interact भी करोगे, so naturally you will pick it up.
थोड़ा आ ही जाता है फिर से.
हाँ,
Exactly.
तो सर जैसे कि आपने बोला कि थोड़ी बेसिक फ्रेंच आनी चाहिए, तो अगर कोई इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट है उसको पार्ट टाइम जॉब ढूंढनी है, तो वो कैसे, कोई लैंग्वेज बैरियर उसको फेस करना पड़ेगा या नहीं करना पड़ेगा? एंड इनफैक्ट क्योंकि फ्रांस वाले बच्चे भी ढूंढ ही रहे हैं, वो भी इंटर्नशिप चाहते हैं, पार्ट टाइम वर्क चाहते हैं, तो इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट को कैसे अपर एज मिल सकता है इस चीज में?
Actually, if you look at it, तो part-time jobs are mostly for smaller businesses, या फिर जो भी businesses हैं या फिर campus भी है, तो अगर उनको जो small jobs उनको जो complete करनी है, उसके लिए they look for students. And if to understand the language barrier, you have to understand कि वो किस टाइप का जॉब है. Does it require speaking to, let's say, locals? अगर आप कोई neighborhood shop में जाके part time job मांग रहे हो, then of course French will be a requirement because वहाँ पर बहुत सारे local लोग भी आते होंगे and they will only talk in French. For example, अगर आप bakery में जा रहे हो and if let's say local comes in and places an order in French and अगर आपको नहीं आती French, so then it becomes a problem. Then
Awkward.
exactly. So to counter this, of course, you can learn French, but the alternative is you can go for jobs where आपको directly local students या local लोगों से interact नहीं करना है. तो for example, आप अपने college में inquire करो. Many colleges have admin work जहाँ पे उनको students की help चाहिए होती है. So you know maybe small things like maintaining records या फिर college का cafeteria है उसको staff करना है, या फिर just helping with documentation, उस टाइप की jobs आप कर सकते हो. That will be much more easier to find.
Right.
ऑल्सो पार्ट टाइम जॉब की बात हम कर ही रहे हैं, तो लाइक फ्रांस में पार्ट टाइम जॉब मिलना कितना आसान है? लाइक इज इट डिफिकल्ट, अवेलेबल है जॉब्स, पार्ट टाइम जॉब्स?
एक्चुअली इफ़ यू सर्च ऑनलाइन तो आपको बहुत कम मिलेंगी, because again the reality is that most companies or most small businesses they don't advertise anything online.
हाँ.
तो थोड़ी सी मेहनत लगती है, but my advice is that once you reach there then just start knocking on doors. तो आप just
Okay.
walk into a business, just ask them if anything, if there is anything that they need help with. And one thing that Indian students can do is actually go to Indian restaurants,
हाँ, exactly.
because a lot of Indian people will also come there. So आपकी knowledge of Hindi or other regional languages will actually be useful there, because आपको वहाँ पर Indian customers आएंगे, maybe Indian tourists are coming, तो आप उनसे हिंदी में converse करो या आप अपनी regional language में converse करो. That will be a easier job. Otherwise, you can also go for delivery related jobs. You can even get onboarded like platforms like Zomato. This is
Yeah.
Zomato India में, वैसे they also have similar platforms.
Okay.
So there actually you don't need a lot of French.
So definitely students को ही hustle करना पड़ेगा. But like if you could go back in time, so what would you do different as an international student?
So with the SCP, I was a student in 3 different countries because of their campuses. So I stayed in the UK, I stayed in France, and also in Germany. But as part of the curriculum, we actually had to complete some mandatory internships and work experience. So I did all of my internships in Germany only. But if I could go back, I think I would want to get experience in all 3 of these, because
Definitely, right.
all 3 of these have very different cultures and very different type of companies that work there. So I had an opportunity to work in France also, but then I decided not to take it, then went for another position. So maybe I would have changed that.
Okay. Okay. So sir, आप like 2 साल फ्रांस में रहे, तो are there any interesting or funny story that you could share अभी?
Yes, I think many stories and many memories, but
Okay.
one that really stands out is I was actually visiting Italy as a student, and I had put my stuff in a cab because I somehow had a lot of stuff. And once I reached the hostel, so वहाँ पहुँच के I got off the cab, but then I forgot to take my backpack with me.
Oh God. Okay. The cab driver is gone.
And by the time I realized, actually it was too late, because it was like 5 or 7 minutes later. And the backpack actually had my laptop, it had my passport, and it even had some cash. So I just had my clothes but nothing else.
Oh God.
And and I really panicked, but उस टाइम पे फिर then I thought कि अब क्या कर सकते हैं, what can I do in this situation. So I immediately ran down and then went to the next, like the shop next door, and वहाँ पे there was a very helpful Italian lady. So I told her the entire situation, and she told me that there are only 2 cab companies in Italy. So she got a message sent to the cab companies, then they broadcasted the entire message across all cabs in that city, and then like about 1 hour later, that cab driver, he came back and then returned me the backpack. And
Oh,
fortunately
thank
उसके
you.
अंदर सब कुछ था, but I almost lost all of my belongings.
What if अगर आपको बैग मिलता है ठीक तो?
I am glad कि मिल गया, but अगर नहीं मिलता तो actually मेरा vacation तो पूरा खराब हो ही जाता.
Exactly.
then- Exactly. तो मेरे को, but immediately I would have to run to the Indian embassy and get a temporary passport या फिर नया passport issue कराना पड़ता. Actually मेरे साथ ये भी हो चुका है. So if you guys want, I can tell you that story as well.
Definitely, definitely.
So like this was even before I reached France, and before reaching France, like a big blunder had happened. So I will tell you that story. So I was on the way from Delhi to Paris, and it was a hopping flight. मतलब there was a stopover in Abu Dhabi. So and because when you change flights, you have to show your passport multiple times. Immigration authorities को दिखाना होता है. तो my passport actually was already a little loose, meaning जो उसका जो thread होता है which binds it together, that was already a little loose. And in the process of showing my passport multiple times, तो वो thread इतना loose हो गया that it came off and my passport was in 2 pieces.
Oh God. No.
And I literally had my passport in 2 pieces by the time I landed in Paris. And technically it's a damaged passport and you cannot use it for any purpose. So it would have been a big problem, if that would have been caught. But somehow I played a little smart. And जो वहाँ पर there was an immigration officer, तो मैंने उनको passport बिल्कुल ऐसे हाथ में चिपका के ताकि वो नोटिस ना करें. And thankfully, he did not notice. He put the stamp and let me in. But as soon as I, reached Paris, मैंने अपना सारा सामान रखा. Then I immediately ran to the Indian embassy. And वहाँ पे उनको प्लीड करने के लिए कि that please help me. And मेरे को इंडियन एम्बेसी ने पहली चीज़ तो घुसने नहीं दिया.
Not allowed.
हाँ, उन्होंने घुसने दिया. एंड प्लस उन्होंने थोड़ी देर बाद जब मैं उन्हें देखा कि कहीं जा नहीं रहा है, तो उन्होंने मेरे को अंदर बुलाया. फिर मेरे को उन्होंने डांटा कि आप यहाँ क्यों आ गए. और फिर उन्होंने बोला कि आप ईमेल भेजो और फिर आपका पूरा प्रोसेस होगा. सो देन आई इवेंचुअली फॉलोड दैट प्रॉपर प्रोसेस. इट टुक अराउंड 15 days, बट देन आई गॉट अ न्यू पासपोर्ट issued in Paris.
चलो काफी बढ़िया है. काफी स्कैरी स्टोरी है. तो गाइस सावधान रहे, सतर्क रहे. ट्रू. अच्छा चलो ये तो चलो फन वाली बात रही, बट ऑन अ सीरियस नोट अगर आप कोई एक पीस ऑफ एडवाइस दे सकते हो स्टूडेंट्स को जो प्लान कर रहे हैं अब्रॉड पढ़ने का, तो व्हाट वुड दैट बी?
I think again I will go back to the same point, which is research, and really I think managing expectations, because a lot of students think that studying abroad is very glamorous and वहाँ जाके लाइफ बहुत बहुत अच्छी हो जाएगी या फिर कुछ
Happening
हार्डशिप्स
हो जाएगी.
बहुत हैपनिंग हो जाएंगी. They will just party all year long.
हाँ, exactly.
पढ़ना नहीं पड़ेगा. But actually that's not the case. If you think about it, life abroad is much more difficult. And आपको because you have to manage everything on your own. You can't run back to India, at any inconvenience. तो आपको सब कुछ खुद से fight करना है. So do a lot of research. Get some realistic experience, like reviews from your seniors or people that who have actually went there, who lived there, and then really assess whether you want to do it.
सिंस आप रिसर्च पे गवा फोकस कर रहे थे, एक बच्चे को बहुत रिसर्च करनी चाहिए. बट अगेन रिसर्च कहाँ से करें, क्योंकि गूगल पे तो इतनी सारी वेबसाइट अवेलेबल है, कुछ नहीं पता क्या सही है क्या गलत है. तो इस केस में कैसे, लाइक अगर मैं अपनी बात करूँ तो मेरे सामने आज तक कोई नहीं गया, पर मुझे जाना है तो मैं रिसर्च कहाँ से करूँ, कौन सा वे इज बेटर?
Actually, I think excellent question, because सबका first thought आता है कि हम लोग research Google पे करें. And before Admitex was started, I also was just researching, and I was stunned to find that most websites are absolutely incorrect.
एग्जैक्टली
So
इशू आता है.
हाँ, तो even basic information like eligibility criteria or audition fees, वो भी कुछ भी लिखी होती है. Like there is no proper research to write that research which will become your research.
Exactly. हर वेबसाइट पे अलग कंटेंट दिख रहा है. हाँ.
Exactly. So one way is that you can speak to some experts, and by experts I mean people who are really experienced and people who are doing it professionally. So for example, since I have also faced this problem and I have seen that many students face this problem, so at Admitex at least I can assure you that हमारी website पे आपको कुछ गलत information नहीं मिलेगी. And even our counselors are all very well versed, and like the first priority for them is to give the accurate information. अगर उन्हें कुछ नहीं भी पता होता, so they even tell the students कि हमें नहीं पता, and first they find out through their own channels and then they disseminate the information to you. So if you are planning या फिर आपकी फैमिली में कोई अगर प्लान कर रहा है आज, तो first of all find someone trustworthy, someone who's actually been there, जो वहाँ पे खुद या तो पढ़ चुके हैं या फिर रह चुके हैं या कुछ experience है, and companies or consultancies who are very very transparent in their, let's say, business model. They're not just saying that we are representatives of XYZ universities and they work on a not for profit basis. कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं हम लोग. अगर ऐसा कोई बोल रहा है तो then just stay away from them, but rather go for someone who is very very transparent about their business. So for example, like we are very open with our students that we have tie-ups with universities, and if the student enrolls there, so of course we get an incentive. So we tell that to the students upfront, and that helps build a lot of trust eventually. So if you are on a similar journey, I would suggest that find someone trustworthy.
Okay. So it seems like Admitex टीम काफी जगह फैल गई है. So अगर व्यूअर एक्चुअली में इंटरेस्टेड है और स्टडी अब्रॉड करना चाहता है, तो आप लोगों को कैसे रीच आउट करें?
So I think it's very simple. Viewers can directly go to our website admitex.in, or if you guys want, I can give you like the link to the website.
Yeah,
आप
definitely.
description में डाल सकते हो. From there, viewers can simply book a free counseling session with one of our team members, and they can also get other benefits like guaranteed scholarships, application fee waivers, and profile building help, free review of their CV and SOP, and many other things. So I think that's the easiest way to reach out.
Amazing. Definitely. Check out the description, guys. We'll definitely put it there. So to end this video, let's play a quick game of rapid fire. मैं कुछ questions पूछूंगी, आपको one word में उनके answer देने, ठीक है?
Right.
So describe in one word how studying abroad actually feels like.
Life changing.
What's the best thing about France?
Croissant.
Okay, so इंडिया में ऐसी कौन सी चीज है जो आपने फ्रांस में जाके सबसे ज्यादा मिस करी?
छोले भटूरे. Definitely.
ये तो बेस्ट उसके बाद अगर आज एक स्टूडेंट होते तो आप कौन सा कोर्स परस्यू करते?
I think data science.
डेफिनेटली काफी ज्यादा बूमिंग भी है वो आज.
Hmm.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन वुड बी व्हाट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस?
Statement of purpose or SOP or person statement, because I think that is the only place where you really get to explain ki, you know, who you are, why you want to study this course, why that particular university, why France or any particular country.
डेफिनेटली. तो लास्ट क्वेश्चन इज कि 2 साल बाद इंडिया वापस आके आपको सबसे ज्यादा रिग्रेट यहाँ पे क्या लगा?
I think traffic.
So thank you so much sir for your amazing insights. आपके साथ बात करके बहुत मजा आया लोगों को. I'm
Thanks for
sure
having me.
कि viewers को काफी ज्यादा अच्छी टिप्स आपने दी हैं and I'm sure कि आप लोगों को ये वीडियो आज पसंद आई होगी. If you do, kindly hit the like button. अगर कोई भी आपको और डाउट होता है तो कमेंट सेक्शन में बता देना. We'll definitely help you guys. So kindly subscribe to our channel. Bye.